Well, happy Friday, good people. You should give yourselves a hand. You have made it to the end of an incredible week. And more importantly, you've made it to the end of this incredible challenge. You have done so well, and I commend you. I celebrate you. I salute you for taking this thing seriously, especially those of you who have leaned in all 5 days. You've done the work, and I just want to say, man, I'm so proud of you. You are listening to the Moving On podcast. I'm your humble and gracious host, David A. Burris, and this is powered by the Collective Global Community. Guys, we're going to talk today about stepping out boldly. We're going to finish this thing strong. And we can't talk about boldness without putting this word on the table. Don't let the word scare you, but the word is risk. Risk. In fact, I want you to say this out loud with me while you're driving, while you're typing, while you're taking notes. Risk is right. Risk is right. You can't do anything significant in life, anything significant for God, anything significant in your purpose, in your relationships, in your career, without taking risk. You have to take risk. Risks are part of life. And so as a result, I just want to say it again, risk is right. I want to share with you today, we're going to close this series out by sharing 5 reasons why risk is right. 5 reasons why risk is right. I want you to take some notes today. Write this down if you would. We're going to dive in. Reason number 1, and these are not in any particular order, but they're all significant. Reason number 1, risk leads to growth. Risk leads to growth. Stepping into the unknown pushes you out of your comfort zone, which is where real personal and professional growth happens. Even relational growth happens when you step out of your comfort zone. And so the first thing we have to understand is that risk leads to growth. You aren't growing well if you aren't taking good risks. Now, we're not talking about being stupid, right? We're not talking about idiotic moves where you're not thinking things through, but I'm talking about taking even calculated risks. But it's important to know that it's critical to understand that risk leads to growth. You have to take some risks. Sometimes God pushes us out of our nest. There are people who get terminated from jobs because he wants you to take a risk. I started this community because I was terminated from my job during COVID. And I said, well, I'm going to take a risk. And we're going into our 5th year because risk is right. Number 2, not only does risk lead to growth, but without risk, there's no reward. Without risk, there is no reward. Great accomplishments often come from taking calculated risks. In other words, playing it safe can lead to missed opportunities and stagnant progress, while taking risks can lead to huge doors opening and great opportunities, which lead to great accomplishments. And so without risk, there's no reward. There are a lot of people who are living safe lives. They don't make any major decisions. They're living safe. They got their safe job. They got their safe income. They live in their safe neighborhood. And while everything is safe and they can calculate what's coming in and they know where every T is and where every I is dotted, they're miserable because they don't have any risk in their life. Risk is right. Again, without risk, there is no reward. Here's the third reason why we really want to take risk. Risks builds resilience. Risk builds resilience. Even when risk don't pan out, they teach us valuable lessons. They strengthen our resilience. They prepare us for the future challenges that are going to come. You're going to experience more challenges. And so you have to learn how to take risk because risk builds resilience. You are pushover until you take risks. Here's why. You've got to learn how to lose. And there are a lot of people who haven't learned how to lose well. And they haven't learned how to lose well because they're so safe. There's a way to lose well. Romans 8:28 says this, man, all things work together for good to them who love God and are called according to his purpose. And so God is always, another scripture says this, thanks be to God who always causes us to triumph. So I cannot lose. So I might as well take the risk. Because if nothing else, I gain the wisdom and the lesson from the experience. Number one, risk leads to growth. Number two, without risk, there's no reward. Number three, risk builds resilience. Here's number four, risk spurs innovation. Risk, it spurs innovation. Taking challenges allows for creative solutions and breakthroughs that would never occur if you stayed within the boundaries of the familiar, if you stayed safe, if you stay within your little cocoon. You don't learn anything. Risk spurs innovation. There are new ideas that come out of risks. There are new concepts, new strategies, even new values and opportunities come when you take risks, because risks spur innovation. And finally, number five, and we'll land here, risk boosts confidence. Risk, it boosts confidence. When you take risks and you succeed, or even learn from the failure, it builds your confidence, empowering you to take an even bigger challenge in the future. If I were to be honest with you, even I can attest to this. Like taking a risk starting this business, it has been up, it has been down, it has been good, it has been bad, it's been challenging, it has been rewarding. But all in all, I'm so glad I did it because it's boosted my confidence and it's taken me to another level in how I perceive myself, how I view my own identity. So there are five things I really wanted you to walk away with understanding about risk. Number one, risk leads to growth. Number two, without risk, there's no reward. Number three, risk builds resilience. Number four, risk spurs innovation. Number five, risk boosts confidence. It does. Guys, I really hope that this challenge has pushed you to another level. I hope you feel your growth, right? I hope you feel like you're becoming a better version of yourself. I'm really excited that next week, starting next Monday night, 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're diving into our growth groups. I'll tell you more about that on Monday, but look for an email Monday morning, give you some information, but we're going to dive in Monday evening. I'll tell you about the growth groups. I'll show you how they work, and then we're just going to dive in. This is discipleship one-on-one. So we're going to another level. I'm excited to be journeying with you. Remember, you always have permission to think differently. Until next time, y'all take care.